Well, hello there everybody. Man, it's been a while since I've had a video up and I do appreciate you clicking on this video. For quite a while I've been asked to do another build video, a knife build, and one of the reasons why I haven't done that is because there's a whole bunch of knife build videos on YouTube that are way better than mine, but I just thought I would go ahead and oblige. This isn't going to be so much of a how-to as it's just going to be just cataloging and logging how I build a knife. And so of course I'm going to be here in my C-Can shop, and you might remember I transitioned from the micro shop to the C-Can shop when I got my new grinder, and so excited to be in here and build some knives, and as it's been warming up here in the Arctic. And so anyway, hope you'll stick around, follow along, and I'll hopefully come up with a nice product, a nice knife. And thanks again for watching. Okay, and here's the model of the knife that I'm going to be using. This is just a template. I've used this multiple times, and I really do like the style of this knife and the shape of the blade. I think it works out to be a really great skinning knife. This is a model of knife. First name I've ever given to any of my knives. I'm going to call this the Esker. The Esker. Now, an Esker is an Arctic phenomenon that is caused by glacial activity, and it leaves kind of a little huge, they're different shapes, but different, like a row of gravel all along just sitting on the tundra, just a pile of rocks like a worm all through the tundra. And so anyway, I decided to call that the Esker, and just thought that's a pretty cool name for a knife. So the steel that I'm going to be using for this knife is this steel right here, and this is AEB-L steel. This is a stainless steel, a razor, originally made for razors, and so this is, I think, going to be a really nice steel to make this knife out of. And this is 1/4 inch thick, and so I've already traced out my template, put the template on to the steel here, and the next step is I'm going to take it out of the office into my C-Can shop, and then I will begin cutting it out with an angle grinder. Alright, gonna have a warmer shop now. Always wear safety equipment, and I'll be wearing a respirator, face mask, and when I'm especially using angle grinder, always recommend keeping the guard on your angle grinder. These things can fly apart. I've seen pictures of guys with these embedded in their face having surgery. So anyway, I'm going to get to cutting out this knife blank here. Okay, so now that the blank is just roughly cut out, with the angle grinder. I'm going to take it to my, actually I'm going to take it to my 2x42 grinder. I've been using that just to profile blades because I still have some belts left over from that. So there'll be a little bit here, as you can see, in this little finger dip right here that I'll have to use my new grinder for as I'm profiling the blade. But I'm just going to get the shape all finished, and then we will head to my new grinder and we'll begin grinding the bevel. But a few steps to do before that. Okay, so I'll show you what stage we're at here now with our knife build, and just got the blank all profiled, and looks really good. I really like that small wheel attachment. It can really get in those inside curves and just make just a really awesome little curve there. Fits great for the finger, and so yeah, looking forward to this build. And it's awesome AEB-L stainless, and it's basically my first time working with this steel. I've made a few of these other blanks and stuff, but first time working with this. So anyway. Okay, so I'm just cleaning out these holes here. This will be the holes for the pins here, and a lanyard hole here. What I'm going to do next here is to drill some holes here just to lighten the handle just a little bit. So going to do that. Actually, what I've done here, these are a little bit oversized holes. This is a 1/4 inch bit, but these holes are F size, which is just slightly larger than a normal 1/4 inch, and so it just makes it a little easier to get the pins in. But I'm just going to drill these. I have this nice 1/4 inch cobalt bit, so I'm just going to drill these holes here. About 4 there, 2 there, just to lighten the handle just a little bit once the scales are put on. That's alright. I gotta clean the shop up, that is for sure. Got my bolts here to attach my tool rest, my work rest, and finally got some wing nuts. I think these are called wing nuts. Makes it a lot easier. I was using using these nylon lock nuts, and ratchet, and every time I had to take this off, it took a while. So anyway, got get this all in here. Always want to check my setup here to make sure it's the rest is exactly perpendicular with the platen here. So this is a handy little, it's a small little machinist square that's supposedly super accurate. It's made in Europe and a handy little tool. So anyway, basically once I got everything bolted down with my rest and the grinder, this stays the same, but I just want to make sure we're at a perfect 90-degree right there. What I've been doing lately is just using an older belt first, a bit worn out, just to knock off the edges here as I begin grinding the bevel. I don't want to use a brand new belt on the grinder and then have all the grit just whipped off by these sharp edges here. So I use a little bit of a worn out belt and just get the bevel started that way. And so one step that I do right before that, I'm just going to take a magnet here and just going to do just a bit of a flat on the edge there with my platen. I don't have a surface grinder obviously, but that would be ideal to just get the surfaces perfect. But just to get this little edge off here, this little lip from the profiling step, I would just get it flat right along the platen there. So that's the next step.